From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave Media production.
It is time for the premier sports betting show with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the primetime capper, and this is the Primetime Angles Live on IG. And boy, oh boy, do we have a day today. Full schedule, bro. Migo, what's good with you? Full schedule today. Pretty much when we're talking show stuff, we got the bets list going on. We got the ACC for you today. We got the ACC for you today. We got the Big Ten for you. SEC Pac-12 as well, too. Also going to be talking some Thursday night football bets, and also going to be talking college football Thursday night as well, too. So, you guys, man, we're in store for a pretty big day today, and pretty much you guys write down your notes and everything like that for the week for college. And then we got some big games tonight, man. Big games. They make a big difference. And also last night was another good night for me and clients. We went ahead and hit 3 out of 4. Eastern Michigan, thank you. Even though you didn't win the game last night, that hurt. 270 last night. These guys, they were winning last night, and it is what it is. Yeah, happy birthday to you, man. What you got? I hope everything works out for you. I know you're going to have a nice little big party and everything like that, bro, or something. I know quarantine be messing up everything now, but enjoy your birthday this week, man. All right, so here we are. Up first, we're going to go ahead and get into the ACC Bets list, but last night was good, man. +9 on Eastern Michigan, the over 26.5, and also the under 57.5 in the Northern Illinois game. But damn, Northern Illinois got their ass whooped last night, and pretty much we couldn't get that 8 last night that we wanted, but it is what it is at the end of the day. And we caught the over last night in the Western Michigan game. What a game, dude. Holy Toledo. Whoever had Toledo last night, it's okay, bro. It ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. Don't jump off the ledge for those guys, seriously, because they are choke artists, bro. That's why we went nowhere near them last night when it came to picking a winner on that. It was Western Michigan all day in that game. So pretty much, Western Michigan got lucky, but at the same time, you feel like they kind of won the game because they won the game. You know what I mean? So here we are, ACC Bets list, man. This is going to be a good one today. A good one. We got Miami playing Friday, and I got Miami with the +105 this week. I think that Miami is going to be good enough to win this game right here. I know it looks like that they're going to probably be in a shaky situation here against Virginia Tech, but Virginia Tech's not good to me. They're good, but they don't play well against the good teams. And, Virginia Tech, I know a lot of people are going to be thinking, well, they just lost to Liberty, so they're going to probably be pretty pissed off. Liberty was undefeated, and Liberty has this mojo going this season where it's really easy and hard. It's really easy for them to be in games, and they played a lot of games this season as well too. I don't think they've missed a week in college football this year. They're 7-0. Everybody else has played 5 or 6 games. So pretty much, Liberty's just is on it. That's it and that's all. But I don't think that's gonna weigh into this game right here. I think Miami has a star quarterback that can lead them to where they need to be. De'Aaron King is a beast for them right now. And, he's a little short guy, but the dude can put some air up under that ball as well, too. He threw a pass the last week that, they throw him on Sundays like that, too. It's just, you wish that guy would get 6 inches taller. But I like Miami in this game, +105. Let's see how it shakes out. This game right here, UNC went over in each of their home games this season, and they dropped at least 49 a game at home as well, too. So I'm betting on that trend right there, that UNC continues their hot streak at home. They don't play well on the road, but they play well at home, and I think that they'll be able to beat the old arch rival Wake Forest on Saturday as well too. But I think the over is the safer play here, so over 66.5. Let's see how it shakes out. Now we got the Boston College game, and you know Notre Dame. I love me some Notre Dame, and I know you guys are thinking to yourself, why ain't you betting them this week? You know they took care of us last week, money line, +5 premiums, all that good stuff. Well, because they're playing against Boston College, and this is seen as a letdown game in a sense. The same story I told you guys about Florida State and Notre Dame last week, about how, you know, Florida State was the dominant monster team coming in there from the ACC, and it was called the game of the century, 1 versus 2, blah, 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 blah. Well, the next week, Notre Dame played against Tom Coughlin-led Boston College Eagles, and they lost by a field goal in the end and weren't able to play in the national championship because of that. Florida State, regardless of losing the game, still won the national championship that year. The irony of the situation, right? So this one is a game where BC can sneak up on Notre Dame. I don't know if they'll beat Notre Dame, but I think what happens here is that we get a good cover because we're going to have ourselves a good game. I think BC loses the game by 10 or less, and let's see how it shakes out, but that's how I'm feeling in that spot. And then we have the Louisville-Virginia game. This one, I feel like what's going to happen here, Louisville is going to kind of lay an egg a little bit on offense, and Virginia might do the same. It's going to become a defensive game because Louisville showed me a few weeks back that they can't get into one of these matchups where they don't score a lot of points, and that happened in the Notre Dame game. I think that this is going to be a duplicate of that game, maybe a little bit better for Louisville, but I think the game stays under 66.5. I think it's way too many points for both these teams. I think they're going to be locking it up defensively and shortening the clock with long drives as well too. So there it is, under 66.5, Louisville and Virginia. Let's see how it shakes out. And then Georgia Tech is the big dog this week in the conference. Georgia Tech has themselves a game that, you know, I don't know if they're looking at this correctly. Pittsburgh's decent, but Pittsburgh actually has been struggling a lot this season, and you know they just haven't looked that good, and they really haven't looked that good on the road either. This is the type of game where they're gonna make you overbet Pittsburgh because they're gonna give you an idea that Pittsburgh is gonna be able to dominate a lowly Georgia Tech team. But let's all go trace our steps back to the Louisville game, and that was a game at home, and that was a game that once again was where you had a highly favored team that had no point being a favorite like that. At the end of the day, to me, Pittsburgh's not a 6.5 point favorite. They're not a -225. They're literally stealing money from you when you want to make this bet. It's a risk. It's a big risk, and I can't take that risk with a team like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the Georgia Tech money line +1.5, and let's see how it shakes out. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so we move on and we have ourselves the NC State game. NC State's playing against Florida State, and you know what? I can't drop no more dollars on Florida State. Florida State is a disappointing team this season. They've been a disappointing team for the last 3 years, but this year the bottom has truly fallen out with the Florida State Seminoles, and it's just ugly to watch at the end of the day as well too. So, man, I don't care. NC State, you've been good to me all season. You go ahead and blow these guys off the field for us, okay? 2 touchdowns or better. That's all we ask for, you know. And bust that soundtrack out on them, dog. That's all I say. And there it is for the ACC. So pretty much single what you like, fade what you hate, and at the end of the day, we'll all win. So we move on, and we got ourselves the Big Ten, and Ohio State is out of the Big Ten this week because of Maryland had COVID cases. No, Maryland just was like, we don't want to play that damn game. Because you know what? You know what that game was going to be turned into? It was going to turn into Tua's little brother love fest, and they was going to think that Tua's little brother was going to be able to do something to Ohio State. Dude, you're playing against an NFL team, dog, in Ohio State. There's like 4 teams in college football that we all say that they could play in the NFL, but literally they keep drafting damn near 70% of the team into the NFL, so maybe they could play in the NFL. That's Alabama, Ohio State, Clemson, and you guys are going to be really surprised when I say this to you, but USC as well too. You know, I know they haven't been winning games, but they got a lot of pro athletes on that roster, dude. And so pretty much, where do we go from here? Big Ten Bets List, we got Iowa, in a game where they are kind of in the same boat as they're kind of in the same boat here with Minnesota. And Minnesota is a running team. They do well in the running game, but I think Iowa's going to be much better in this spot, and that's why I like Iowa a lot to go ahead and take care of their business here. That's why I'm taking the 3.5 here as well too. You can take money line minus 170, but I do really feel like the 3.5 is good enough, and I think they should win this game by a touchdown or better. Then you got the over 56.5 Penn State, Nebraska. Both these teams are actually winless right now, and I know a lot of people are going to be all over Penn State, but why? Penn State has really has been burning up money for you the last 3 weeks. They're really right now bet against, in my opinion. But I think though at the end of the day, once you start to get to that thinking, that's when you might mess yourself up. But you know what? Risk and reward. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, just watch the scoreboard in the spot. You got a struggling Penn State team. You got a struggling Nebraska team. You don't know what's going to happen, but you can't expect a lot of points coming from each side because right now they had a bottom out point. Defense is going to be out there like, do I really care? All right, so we move on. We got Michigan State. Michigan State's in a weird matchup this week. Michigan State's a home dog against Indiana of all teams. Indiana has stepped it up this season. Indiana's undefeated. They're playing great football. I'm not taking anything away from them with that. But this is a letdown game, and we all should know that. Pretty much Michigan State's going to come into this one. They're going to not take them seriously, and Michigan State's going to wind up making this a game. Or Michigan State could probably run away with this one as well, too. I don't know. But the thing is, though, +7 on Michigan State looks really good to me. I think this game finishes within 3-4 points. Or you can have Michigan State go ahead and get some momentum, get a big run going in at one point of the game, and then cut the lights out on defense. But it's gonna take some time with this Michigan State team because it's real different with a guy like Mel Tucker being your head coach. D'Antonio was a hell of a coach, and it really sucks to see that he had to step off because of players. But it is what it is. You got to keep those players in check. Then you got Illinois +220. I like this a lot as well too. I think that this one will be the one that's going to be our big dog of the week. So they are going to be my dog of the week. Once again, Illinois is in a game against Rutgers. Yeah, Rutgers looked good against Michigan State the first week of the season. They looked decent against Ohio State, even though Ohio State ran them off the field. But the reason why I'm taking Illinois in this spot, because this is going to be the biggest overbet on Rutgers in years. And I think what's going to happen here is going to be a letdown in this spot because, Illinois has played some pretty good football over the last few weeks, exception of week 1 in conference play. I think that they will be able to take care of us. They owe us too, man, for the Purdue game. So +220 on Illinois. Let's go ahead and see how it shakes out. Then Northwestern. This is probably the most slept on team in the Big Ten. I think Northwestern's going to actually have themselves a game come Saturday. I think they're going to have themselves one of those standout games Saturday. So Northwestern with the 2.5. Eat it up. I'm telling you, it's gonna be it should be a worthy ticket. Then you have I have the under 54 with Wisconsin and Michigan. This game is really a throwaway game in my opinion. Michigan's not Michigan anymore, and Wisconsin is really just kind of cruising. But at the end of the day, I think Wisconsin probably will win the game, but I don't know if they'll cover. That's why I'm taking the under 54 here in this spot. But Michigan right now is a wounded dog, and you know what? That's the one thing you don't sleep on in college football is the wounded dog. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a good game Saturday between the Badgers and the Wolverines. So there it is, Big Ten Bets List, and we move forward. Pac-12, there it is. We got Arizona, and do not get fooled by USC this week. USC has been in quarantine for the last 3 days. They had a player with COVID. They are not prepared for this game. Okay, and they weren't prepared for the game last week either. So I can't roll with the team that's not going to be prepared. I don't care how bad they think Arizona is. Arizona, you know what? They ran into a very, very bad. They ran into a situation where it was gonna go the way it went. So pretty much, actually they didn't even play last week. I'm sorry, because then Utah had to bow out because the COVID or whatever. So pretty much, I think at the end of the day, Arizona goes ahead and covers in this spot. It shouldn't be an issue here. Arizona, get us some money, dog. That's what we asked for. Arizona plus 14. Let's see how it shakes out. Then we got Colorado plus 7 going against Stanford. Stanford got worked to me last week, but this week they it looks like it should be a bounce back. But once again, this is gonna be a over bet. This is gonna be somewhere where they're gonna be like, okay, let's go ahead and jump all over Stanford. Stanford didn't look good last week, so pretty much Colorado, they figured out ways to score. They see that they got some more playmakers out on that team as well too. So why not? Let's go ahead and take the over 58. I mean the plus 7 with Colorado. Let's see how it shakes out. Oregon, Wazoo. Oregon has had its issues with Wazoo when Mike Leach was there, but Mike Leach isn't there anymore. So I think that Oregon's going to be able to get their good foot down, and they're going to be able to get themselves a good groove going in this game. But I do love the over 58 here in this spot. I think that this will be a very hittable play. So let's see how it goes. And over 58, Oregon, Washington State. And I think you got to lean towards Oregon in this game if you're looking for a winner. So pretty much we got UCLA going against Utah hopefully this week. And, that game is still 50-50 to go on because we got to check the COVID situation. But I think UCLA gets a big upset at the empty Rose Bowl this week. And they get themselves a good win, plus 120 for UCLA this week. Because last week they didn't look that bad. It's just that UCLA had mistakes at the wrong time. If they don't have the 3 turnovers, I think that they win the game by 2 touchdowns, to be honest with you. So UCLA plus 120, Chip Kelly, you already know what it is, man. You got to start winning some games or you ain't going to be working at UCLA too much longer. All right, so last but not least, we got the 13.5 on Washington. I think Washington's going to absolutely run away with this game right here. And pretty much it comes down to how bad do you want it, right? But I think Washington is a team that's very focused on getting back to the top of the food chain in the Pac-12. So, Washington, I think that they'll have themselves a good signature win come Saturday. So I'm taking them with the minus 13.5, 2 touchdowns better. All right, so we move on and we have ourselves the SEC. And in the SEC, Kentucky's getting the luck of the draw this week. They're going to get Vanderbilt. It's almost like the lottery when you get Vanderbilt. It's, JV practice and everything like that. So pretty much it is what it is, man. Kentucky, let's go ahead and try to get a three touchdown win here and go from there. So Kentucky, I think this is one of your sharpest spots of the week. And look at that team total first half. Look at that team total full game. And I think that could be a very strong bet for you as well, too, okay? So look at me. I'm giving out other bets to you guys as well, too, that you might want to jump on just in case you don't want to deal with that spread, okay? So minus 17 on Kentucky. Let's see how it goes. All right, now we got the under 60, Arkansas, Florida. This game is going to be much better than it looks on paper. I expect Arkansas to compete in this game as well, too. So Arkansas, Florida, under 60. Let's see how it shakes out, and we move forward. And this is the biggest dog of the week. I think that South Carolina walks into Oxford, Mississippi, and they beat Lane Kiffin and the Ole Miss Rebels this weekend. I know a lot of people are probably high on Lane Kiffin after a very close game against Alabama. Big, huge win. A big win that they got earlier on in the season by, pretty much, hanging tough. And, they got a big blowout over Vanderbilt as well, too. But I think, though, this game right here is, once again, there's a lot of letdown situations this weekend. And I think this is another letdown spot. And you have to understand, both these teams are 2-4. Why would you go ahead and rock with a team that's, why would you take a minus 11 on a team that's 2-4 against another team that's 2-4? Think about it. Think about it, some more. Give me South Carolina plus 310. Let's see how it shakes out. All right, so let's go ahead. And tonight we got Boise State and Colorado State. This is going to be it's going to be minus 14. and over under a 61 tonight as well too. You got a Boise State team that lost their first game of the season last week. You got Colorado State who won their first game of the season last week. So this is going to be a very intriguing matchup in a sense, but I think this is going to be a big bounce back game for Boise State. Okay, and this is why I like Boise State tonight. I think Boise State, they learned a lot in the BYU game last week, and we learned a lot about BYU as well too. They have a Heisman quarterback. I'm not saying he's going to win the Heisman, but he's going to be up for the Heisman. And then, pretty much they got one of the most disciplined teams in the country because they got one of the better coaches in the country as well, too, that doesn't get enough credit, in my opinion. So pretty much what I'm doing here is I would say that Boise State is head and shoulders above Colorado State. Colorado State was good to us last week. They helped us out last week. They made us some money last week. But this week, though, I got to go with the numbers, and this is what I'm doing here with Boise State tonight. Boise State, I'm buying a whole point, so I'm taking the minus 13 tonight. So you guys you can spend the 130, however much it is, at your book, and you guys can get the minus 13 Boise State, or you guys can just keep it at 14. But I would take the 13 just as a little bit of insurance, even though it's not a guarantee. It just looks a little bit better because if you win by 2 touchdowns, you don't deal with the BS. But you wind up, pretty much falling right there, winning by 2. They up 2 touchdowns at the end of the night. Then you got to get the push, or you might be on the hook and you might lose out on that. You don't want to lose out on that, so you can buy a little bit extra on your insurance and try to get yourself some money tonight. But I think that this is a 3 touchdown or better victory by Boise State. I'm just going ahead and buying down a point just to be on the safe side of things somewhat, but it ain't never safe. But hopefully Boise State doesn't make us pull out growing gray hairs tonight, okay? Boise State first quarter, I like this one a lot as well, too. I'm taking the first quarter. Now, it's funny because the first half is a 7.5. So they're literally banking on a Boise State blowout to start the game off. And I think that this is trending towards that as well, too. But we will see. Minus 6.5 Boise State first quarter. I like it. I like it a lot. And then we got the over 61 for the game. I'm adding this in here for us as well, too. And I'm taking Boise State with the over 19.5 team total as well, too. I think that this is money right here. They should have 3 touchdowns by the half. Even though Colorado State didn't give up that many points last week, but that was going against Wisconsin. They were at home. A whole different story, a whole different game, a whole different situation. This right here, they're going against one of the best teams in the conference, and we're going to see exactly what this team is made of in the Colorado State Rams. We already have an idea who Boise State is, but we're going to see if the Rams are tough enough to, hang with the Broncos, with the Blue Broncos. So Boise State over 19.5 team total first half, minus 120. Those are your Thursday night bets for college football in the Mountain West. All right, so we move on and we have ourselves the Thursday night football game with the Phillip Rivers-led Colts going against the Ryan Tannehill-led Titans. Indy versus Tennessee, and this is going to be a really good game, in my opinion. This is settling who's going to be the top dog in the AFC South as well, too. And a lot of people are already leaning real hard towards the Titans in this game, but there's a reason for that as well too. The Titans on over and unders of 5-2-1 against the spread right now, though they're not that great. But the thing is, though, they're still 6-2. They still win the game. That's the whole thing. And they're actually, I think, 3-5 against the spread this season. But they have probably been out of the 8 games they played, they've probably been in about 6 games that were closer than they needed to be. Okay, you have to understand that Jacksonville was a very close game for this team. The Houston game was very close for this team. Also, they had a very close call in the. They also had a close call on the road as well too, but they got the win. That was in Minnesota. So you have to understand this team knows how to play to the point to where, okay, if we got to get into one of these back and forth games, we're going to be confident enough to know that we got to get this ball back at the end. So pretty much when it comes down to executing and finishing the game, you love the Titans in the spot. But when it comes down to the defense and the defense right now, and who has the savvy veteran, a guy that might be able to, pull one more out, that goes to the Colts. The Colts do maybe have the better defense coming into this game, even though the Titans look like they have the better players on defense. The better defense is the Colts. So pretty much what I'm doing here is going to be very simple. You guys, I'm kind of already spoiling my play from NFL Bet Exchange, which will be on today at 3 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you guys don't miss it. Will be on the Twitter, and it will be uploaded on YouTube later on tonight, and it's going to be available on Zingo TV today through Sunday, okay? So you guys do not miss out on NFL Bet Exchange. It's a really good episode, and pretty much we have been winning the last few weeks as well too. So, and also we riding a 3-game winning streak with the dog bet of the week, so you don't want to miss the show, okay? So pretty much the NFL bets for the nights are going to be the Titans money line minus 105. Titans first quarter. That's the Titans first quarter right there. It's the Titans first quarter. I'll make sure to fix that for you as well too. But that's the Titans first quarter plus 120. And then we also have the under 24.5, and that's going to be the minus 115 for, pretty much we need to get the under here. I think that this will happen as well too. It's going to be somewhat of a battle. I know a lot of the games in the AFC South have went over divisional wise, but this one is going to be the one that actually goes against the trend tonight in how I'm feeling tonight. You know what I mean? I feel like both these teams know how important this game is, so they're going to not blink here. It's going to be, that's why the line is the way the line is. All right, and then we got the Colts under 24.5 team total. I think this game finishes up in the low 20s, say like 24-20, something like that, or like 23-20, something of that nature. But that's how I feel like this game finishes up, with the Titans winning the game tonight as well too. So there it is. Those are the NFL Thursday night football bets. I hope you guys go ahead and cash out on these, man. This looks like it's going to be some good money tonight on. It looks like I get giving you guys 8 plays tonight for both of these games. So pretty much, let's see if we can sweep both boards. All right, let's see how it shakes out. I know we're gonna kill it tonight. So there it is. And now I drift on over here to Golden Gate Fields. We got the primetime late pick 4. And race 1 is going to be a first-timer by the name of Tiger on the Prowl. Like this horse a lot. This horse is first time, though, out. But I think that Tiger on the Prowl will be good today. And hopefully we can get it home. It's a 15-1 morning line, so that means that it'll probably be even higher once we get to the race. So I'm taking Tiger on the Prowl, the 2-4-3-6. And we're going to go ahead and pair it up 2-3-4-6 here on a box, all right? And then the best value here is going to be a horse by the name of Warriors Hero. This horse is trained by Jonathan Wong, and I think that this horse is going to run big today. 7-2 morning line on this horse as well, too. And I think that what happens here is that we make some money here. That's what happens here. So key horse is the number 6, Warriors Hero. Let's see how it goes, and let's get that money, dog. And then the top horses here are going to be the 6, 5, 4, and the 1. And pretty much, I think what happens here is that you guys can ice code exacted the 6 and 5 as well too here. So pretty much, let's go ahead and get some money here. I love it. I think that this is really good value, and this horse should be able to get us home. And then at the end of the night, and this is for my Atlanta people, I know my boy Thom's in here right now too. He's from GA. Saint Jay-Z, Jay-Z, Weezy. Number 4. I met Jeezy at the Super Bowl last year too. That guy's very short. Seriously. And it was funny because he's short and he has like literally the head of a Ninja Turtle as well too. Like seriously, I thought I was talking to Raphael and shit. All right, so key horses number 4 Saint Jeezy. The top horses are 4, 8, 2, 1, and 9 here. Super high 5. You guys box it up for the 60. Let's see if we can make some racks on racks here late in the day at Golden Gate. All right, so 50-cent leg pick four, $24 investment, all bet leg one, leg two, 1-2-4-7, leg three, 2-3, and leg four is going to be the 4-horse singled Saint Jeezy. All right, so there it is. That's the show for today. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys are the absolute best. There is no me without you. We're just going to keep this movement moving. You guys be on the lookout as well, too. Tomorrow, hopefully we get up the first episode of Big Wave Boxing. And my first guest on the show is my boy Ray Flores as well, too. PBC announcer and host. And you guys check out for him. On Saturday, he's going to be covering the fight on FS1 as well, too. So you guys already know the voice of the PrimeWave Media pretty much went ahead and did the first episode for us. I'm going to be bringing in more guests by the week as well, too. I'm trying to make it a weekly show, but it might be more of a bi-weekly show. It all depends on how I get the interview set up and how fast I can get the edits in and things like that. So pretty much there it is. This is today's show, the Premier Sports Betting Show, with the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper, and this is the Primetime Angles on IG, and I am gone. Thank you for tuning into the Primetime Angles, the Premier Sports Betting Show, hosted by the one and only Pop DiBiase, the Primetime Capper. This is a PrimeWave Media production, and go ahead and press that subscribe button.
From the East and the West, you've heard others, but now you've tuned into the best. This is a PrimeWave Media production,